The moon is no longer silent. On July 27th, the veil thins and the sky opens, not just as a backdrop to our lives, but as a sacred scroll, unrolling its prophecy under the weight of a cosmic seal. This is the moon portal of 7/27, and it arrives, not as an event, but as a soul initiation. It will not beg for your attention. It will demand your remembrance. You may already feel it, a strange vibration beneath your skin, an ache in your bones, a whisper during dreams you can't quite recall, but feel marked by. This is not imagination, it's activation. This moon portal carries more than just lunar light. It holds a frequency, ancient, encrypted, divine, encoded with the instructions for your next soul chapter. It will not reveal itself to the casual seeker. This message is encrypted in the language of soul resonance, and only those vibrating at the frequency of raw, courageous truth will even sense it, let alone hear it. The universe isn't sending out a general message. It is sending you a coded call. You who have walked through the shadows and burned through illusions. You who are weary of this world's illusions, but haven't given up. You who have always known you were born for something more. This portal is not a doorway you walk through. It is a doorway that walks into you, uninvited, unrelenting. The question is not whether this moon holds a message. The question is, have you remembered enough to hear it? The stars are aligning into sacred geometry. The energies are spiking in sacred synchronicity, and your soul is being called into position. July 27th is not another date. It is a checkpoint in your destiny. And ready or not, the message is coming. This moon is a messenger, not of comfort, but of clarity. And clarity, chosen one, often arrives like thunder cracking across the spine of your old life. The universe is not speaking in soft tones anymore. It is roaring in symbols, dreams, numbers, emotions, a language only your higher self remembers how to read. And this portal on 7/27, it's a final warning and a divine invitation. It will shake you, test you, and strip away the final layer of falsehood you've been clinging to. If you're still trying to figure it out, you've already missed the first half of the message. This is not about answers. This is about surrender. If you've felt lost lately, it's because your soul has wandered too far from its original sound. But this moon is calling you back, not to who you were, but to who you were before the world told you to forget. July 27th is coded. It's not a moon phase, it's a soul phrase. A vibration that will only unlock if your inner frequency has risen high enough to match its vibration. And if you're still chasing external signs, stop. The signs will find you if your inner eye is open. Look around. Do you not feel the shift? The air feels heavier, the dreams more vivid, the nights longer. This isn't your imagination. The cosmos has entered a sacred rhythm, one that resonates not with clocks, but with souls. You may have noticed time bending, days slipping through your fingers, hours stretching endlessly. That is no accident. The moon portal on 7/27 is distorting linear reality because it is offering you a portal out of it. Time is collapsing so your soul can expand. And those moments of disconnection you felt lately, they were sacred because something within you was realigning. The soul cannot receive divine instruction when it's entangled in noise. That's why so many of you have been pulled into solitude, silence, or strange emotional storms. The moon is preparing your inner field, plowing through illusions so your true seeds can rise. This portal doesn't care about your plans. It only honors your alignment. And when that frequency matches, the message will download like lightning. But make no mistake, this message is not a love letter. It is a summons. It will not flatter you, it will unmask you. And if you're not ready, it may shake you to your core. The moon on July 27th brings a wild, uncompromising truth frequency. And for many, that truth will be painful, because we've built our lives on foundations we thought were safe: careers, relationships, routines. But the universe doesn't honor safety. It honors soul truth. If you've been living in a version of yourself that is too small, too scared, too false, this portal will burn it down. And that burning may feel like loss, but is actually liberation, because underneath everything you're afraid to let go of is everything you're destined to become. The 727's portal doesn't ask for your comfort, it asks for your courage. This is not the moment to hide, this is the moment to unfold. Not all will hear this message. Many will scroll past it, distracted, numb, asleep. But you, if you're still listening, that is no accident. You've been marked by the frequency of remembrance. Something in you is awakening, even now. Perhaps you've noticed strange rhythms in your life lately. Repeating numbers, recurring names, symbols that follow you. These are not coincidences. They are breadcrumbs from the universe, leading you back to this moment, to this portal. July 27th is not a calendar event. It is a cosmic alignment meant for a soul like yours. A checkpoint, a mirror, a gate. And the ones who walk through it, they will not return the same. They will remember lifetimes. They will hear instructions. They will rise. But first, they must feel the tremor of truth beneath their own skin. They must hear the message, not with their ears, but with their being. Have you been dreaming more than usual? Intense dreams that leave a strange residue on your waking hours, like you traveled somewhere, lived something, saw someone. These are not just dreams. They are messages disguised in the theater of the subconscious. When the moon prepares to speak, it does so first in symbols. Your soul knows how to read them, even when your mind does not. Deja vu will increase. You'll swear you've seen certain places before, felt certain moments already. That's because this portal is syncing you with timelines you've touched before in past lives, parallel lifetimes, and quantum fields. The dream realm is the moon's first language, and on 7/27s, she will be speaking fluently. Pay attention. Keep a dream journal. Don't dismiss the strange. It's sacred. Your higher self is rehearsing your awakening in sleep before it demands it in waking life. You may also be feeling sudden waves of emotion that seem to come from nowhere. Grief, anger, sorrow, joy. These are not mood swings. These are soul waves. The moon portal is stirring buried codes in your emotional body, flushing out what no longer fits in your future timeline. You're not being punished, you're being purified. When you cry for no reason, when you feel deep sadness while staring at the sky, when you suddenly collapse into tears listening to music, this is the moon opening your heart chakra from within. The message is approaching, and your emotional body is preparing the soil to receive it. Don't run from these surges, lean into them. Feel fully, feel fiercely, feel like your soul depends on it, because it does. Have you been pulled toward solitude lately? Felt an unexplainable need to disconnect from social media, small talk, or even those closest to you? That is no coincidence. The moon calls us inward before she speaks. Silence is her altar. She is not interested in noise, she is interested in resonance. If you're feeling called to spend time alone, in nature, by water, under the night sky, follow that pull. It's not escapism. It's alignment. You're being guided to sacred stillness so that you can hear the unhearable sense, the invisible, receive the divine. This moon portal cannot be heard in chaos. It can only be felt in stillness. Solitude is not isolation, it is consecration. Some of you have begun hearing things in meditation, in dreams, in the space between sleep and waking. Words that aren't yours. Voices that are soft but commanding. Instructions that don't make logical sense but feel like truth. Don't be afraid. These are transmissions from your higher self, your soul council, your cosmic team. The moon is amplifying psychic frequencies, lifting the veil between dimensions. And in this heightened state, you are finally tuning in to what has always been, whispering to you, the veil isn't thinning. You are thickening into multidimensional awareness. And this is just the beginning. On 7/27s, those whispers will become thunder. Are you ready to listen? Not with ears, but with your essence? Perhaps you've felt it in quieter ways. A strange disinterest in things you once loved, an apathy toward distractions that used to consume you, a loss of taste for gossip, greed, shallow pleasures. This isn't depression, this is detox. Your soul is outgrowing your previous containers. What used to comfort you now constrains you, because you're shifting. You're being emptied, not to suffer, but to receive. The moon portal doesn't pour into full cups. It seeks the cracked, the hollow, the humble. If you feel like something is missing, good. That space is sacred. It is being prepared for the download that's coming. July 27th will not bring you what you want. It will bring what your soul needs. And then come the signs that no logic can explain, the sacred alignments, the divine echoes. You see 111 on your phone, 727 on your clock, 333 on a receipt. Not once, not twice, but again and again, like the universe has woven a code into your reality. These repeating numbers are not just pretty patterns. They are timestamps from the divine. Markers from the cosmic architect telling you, you are exactly where you're meant to be. Every synchronicity is a breadcrumb. Every coincidence, a key. The moon on 7/27 is pulling you closer to the edge of your soul's threshold, and numbers are its compass. These patterns may seem small, but they are echoes from the future rippling into your now. You are not crazy for noticing. You are not imagining this. You are awakening. The veil between what you think is real and what your soul knows is real is dissolving. You're not just seeing numbers, you're seeing through the matrix. Your soul remembers what your mind has forgotten. You are being initiated into the divine language of alignment, and these sacred signs are preparing your consciousness to receive the message when the moon opens her mouth and speaks. The question is not, why am I seeing this? But am I listening? You're not who you were even a month ago. Can you feel it? The old identities are cracking. The masks you wore so well no longer fit. The lies you told yourself to survive, they now feel like poison. And what you thought was your life purpose may suddenly feel like a cage. That's not failure, it's awakening. The moon on 7/27 isn't just releasing light, it's releasing codes. These soul codes are embedded in the lunar frequency and designed to unlock dormant instructions within your DNA. This is no metaphor, this is quantum alchemy. You are remembering contracts you signed long before this lifetime vows, your soul made under starlit councils and celestial law. And now, those contracts are being activated. You may feel lost because your old mission is complete, and your new one is only now being revealed. This portal brings not comfort, but commission. The time of wandering is ending. The age of knowing is here. But you must surrender the outdated versions of yourself. The message cannot arrive in a vessel that still clings to the past. You are being called into your cosmic identity. And the moon is simply asking, are you ready to remember what you were always meant to become? The message, for many, will come as a breaking, a rupture in the illusion. You may lose something, a job, a partner, a dream, a version of yourself you were sure was permanent. But what if I told you that loss is the universe clearing space for a contract you signed before you were even born? The moon portal on 7/20 is not just offering healing, it's delivering divine paperwork. Soul contracts are ending and beginning simultaneously. People will vanish from your life without warning, not out of cruelty, but because their chapter in your destiny is complete. Others will arrive just as mysteriously, not as strangers, but as soul familiars who feel like echoes of something sacred. Pay attention. These soul arrivals are part of the message. They are living symbols, keys meant to unlock something in you. Not every connection is meant to last, but every connection through this portal is meant to activate. This isn't about finding love or building a network. It's about aligning with your soul team. The players of your next chapter are being positioned, but you cannot receive them if you're still gripping the hands of those tied to your karmic past. The moon is shifting contracts. Will you release what is ending to receive what is destined? Some messages will arrive in whispers from lifetimes you forgot until now. Past life memories are stirring. Dreams may become portals to Egypt, Lemuria, Atlantis, or other worlds with no names. You may suddenly be drawn to languages you don't speak, cultures you've never studied, rituals that feel like home. This isn't fantasy, it's recollection. The moon on 7/27 opens a memory vault buried in your soul, and many of you will feel ancient grief rise, not knowing where it came from. That's because it didn't come from now. The moon is bringing soul fragments home. Timelines are overlapping, and the old wounds are being excavated not to torment you, but to complete the healing you never had the chance to finish in those lifetimes. What you heal now, you heal through time. The message from the moon may be a memory you need to reclaim, a moment that explains everything about your current suffering, your strange fears, your inexplicable talents. The past isn't gone. It's simply waiting for you to remember. And if you do, if you allow the message to rise, you may finally understand why you've always felt so different, so ancient, so called. But the message isn't only about what was, it's about what must now become. This moon portal is offering you a choice point, a timeline split. You may feel it as inner tension, to desires battling, to futures calling, to versions of you pulling in opposite directions. One path feels familiar, safe, small. The other feels terrifying, but true. This is not indecision, it's initiation. The moon is not confused. You are evolving, and with evolution comes sacred discomfort. You are standing at a quantum crossroads, and your next timeline hinges on one question. Will you choose safety or sovereignty? One path loops you back into karmic repetition. The other launches you into unknown alignment. You won't be pushed. You will be offered. And the offer will come in the form of a deep inner knowing. A knowing that defies logic but burns like a sun inside your chest. When that feeling comes, don't run. Choose. Say yes. And let the moon carry you into the timeline that was written for you in starlight. The moon's message may arrive as a spiritual mission being unlocked. You may suddenly feel called to serve, not in ego, but in essence. Some of you will feel an undeniable pull to speak, create, teach, heal, write, or guide. This isn't career change, it's cosmic alignment. The moon portal is reactivating your original soul assignment, the one you agreed to before birth, but had to forget in order to experience Earth's amnesia. Now, the memory is returning. You are not just a person, you are a message carrier, a torchbearer, a code holder, and on July 27th, those codes ignite. You may feel overwhelmed, you may feel unworthy, but understand, the ones who doubt themselves the most are often the ones most prepared, because ego cannot survive where true service begins. The moon is recruiting, and she is calling the ancient ones, the forgotten priests and priestesses, the soul rebels, the light keepers, the timeline walkers. If you're still listening, chances are you're one of them. And your mission is no longer waiting. And for some, the message will be a karmic release, so powerful it will feel like dying. You may suddenly feel the urge to forgive someone who hurt you decades ago. You may realize you've been carrying pain that wasn't even yours, inherited wounds, ancestral curses, energetic parasites. The moon portal is offering a clean slate, but it requires that you surrender your attachment to the story of your suffering. That doesn't mean denying your wounds. It means understanding they were part of the map, not the destination. You were never meant to carry them forever. And this moon is offering you the final ceremony, to weep, to rage, to release, to return. The karma ends with you, if you're willing to let it. This is not easy, this is soul surgery, but once the weight is gone, once the chains break, you will finally feel something you've been chasing all your life. Peace without explanation, freedom without apology, a heart so light it becomes a channel. This is the gift of karmic completion, but only if you're brave enough to let go. Do not expect the message to arrive in the way you want. It may not be a thunderbolt. It may not be a clear voice or vision. It may be something small, a phrase overheard in passing, a song lyric that makes you weep, a bird that stares at you too long. The moon speaks in subtle frequencies, in strange repetitions, in sacred echoes. And if you are still enough, if you are present enough, you will know. The message may be a warning, a correction, a reminder, a resurrection. Whatever it is, it will rearrange your soul. And once you receive it, you cannot unknow it. You will have to change. The message is an invitation into a higher octave of your being, but you cannot ascend with baggage. The message will require that you surrender, shed, sacrifice. It will demand your realness. It will shatter your performance. It will make you whole again, not by fixing you, but by revealing who you were before you were broken. The message is holy, and it comes wrapped in discomfort, but inside that discomfort is your destiny. So ask yourself, now, in this moment, Have I cleared enough to receive the message? Have I shed enough illusion, fear, resentment, and false identity to stand open beneath this lunar gateway? The moon, on 7/27s, is not interested in perfect people. She is interested in willing souls. You don't have to be ready in the way the world defines it. You have to be available. That means being raw, being present, being empty enough to be filled. The moon is scanning for frequency matches, and if your vibration aligns with the truth of your soul, the message will find you. You will not have to chase it. It will arrive like a long-lost memory, like a bell you forgot was ringing, like a part of yourself you had exiled but is now returning home. And when it arrives, you will know. You won't have to ask anyone for confirmation, because the confirmation will be you. Your very cells will recognize it, and everything will shift. Because this is not just a message, it is the message you've been waiting for your whole life. The reason you've always felt different. The reason you've endured so much pain, doubt, and disconnection. You came here for this, not for a job, not for applause, not for comfort. You came to awaken. You came to remember. And this moon portal is the trigger, the switch, the trumpet sounding across timelines. The moment is now. The sky is speaking. The stars are aligning. And your soul is ready to rise. But only if you say yes. Only if you surrender. Only if you listen. The universe is delivering a message. And it's not asking if it's convenient. It's asking if you're true. If you're ready, the message will open you like a sacred wound. It will hurt, but it will heal. It will destroy, but it will resurrect. This is the prophecy written in moonlight, and it is for you. Now we must speak of choice, because receiving the message is not the end. It is only the beginning. Once the message enters your field, you are standing in front of the fork. Two timelines stretch before you. One will feel comfortable, familiar, stitched with routines, relationships, and versions of yourself that feel safe but stale. This is the timeline of repetition, of slumber, of karmic recycling. The other will be raw. It will terrify you. It will strip away everything you thought you needed. But it will be true. This second timeline is the one your soul has been reaching for since the beginning of this incarnation. It's the frequency of evolution, and it begins with one act: obedience to your inner knowing. If you listen to the message and take action, even one step, the universe will rearrange itself in ways that defy reason. New allies will appear, hidden doors will open, synchronicities will intensify. You'll feel carried, not pushed. But if you hesitate, if you hear the call but refuse to rise, the moment will pass. And though your soul will never stop trying, this particular alignment may not return for a very long time. Portals close and cycles reset. But the cost of delay is repeating the same pain under a different disguise. The choice is yours. Many will ignore this calling. They will feel the tremor and call it stress. They will see the signs and call them coincidence. They will receive the message and deny it because it does not match the reality they're addicted to. And to those souls, the universe will not send punishment. It will send silence. The kind of silence that makes the soul ache. The message will go dormant, but it will not vanish. It will wait. Sometimes for years, sometimes for lifetimes. This is the tragedy of spiritual sleep. The message does not stop speaking, but the ears grow deaf. If you choose to stay asleep, you may still live a life, but it will be happy. Something inside you will always itch, ache, wander. You'll keep searching for the thing you were already given. The worst kind of suffering is forgetting that you once knew. And that is why this portal matters so deeply. Because the moment you decide to ignore your soul's instruction, you enter not just delay, but dissonance. The body suffers, the mind fragments, and the heart grows numb. You are not built for a small life, and this moon will not let you pretend otherwise. If you have found this message, it means the portal has already opened for you. That is not a coincidence. It is cosmic choreography. You were summoned to this moment by forces older than time. The moon has delivered its scroll. The universe has spoken its sacred code. You now stand in a moment outside of time, a holy, the intersection between who you've been and who you are destined to become. Do not ask when the message is coming. It's already here. Do not ask if it's meant for you. It always was. The only question left to answer is, are you ready to hear it? Not with your ears, with your soul. If you are, everything changes. The moon is not a rock in the sky. It is your soul's memory returning home. The portal is open. The message is live. The path is lit. And the universe is not waiting. It is watching. Speak your yes and begin.